We don't hold that in the.
Oh,
So that's what the. So the it's in the town limits, so, yeah, and solar's not disallowed use.
You have to mute your sound. But that I still get feedback. Oh, but we're gonna test it because.
Or we have a microphone set up. And this one also to like pick up from the public if you want to mute yours, cause I think that's how we typically do it, but
I'm muted,
okay,
but I'm getting feedback.
okay. Let me just make sure I'm using the correct audio. Touch. Okay. We need to move this a little bit further away. Is that still feedback? Okay. And you're muted.
Once Jeffrey, can you mute yours? Cause I'm. We're gonna speak.
Okay, I'm on.
Already. But there again.
I can hear most of them. I can song. I'm talking.
Yes, I can hear. The live stream.
Picture sometime. I think possibly, you know, I take a picture.
And it's.
I did good sign.
Testing, testing, 1, 2, 3. Testing, testing, 1, 2, 3. Not getting any feedback.
No, I'm not. I turned my volume all the way down, but I hear you coming through the YouTube set.
Okay. Testing, testing.
The PSC said they want. The county to approve it, or the Cecil County has an inclusion.
I'm ready.
Okay. But county.
Tomorrow, and I think.
Okay.
Not just about. Yeah, it's awesome. Somebody will call and something.
Right.
Yeah, it's either two.
Sounds like county, but just have one line that says. Do have a state tax, you know, so it's. So.
What would you? Something that's so far beyond. What would you consider reasonable? Maybe I say it's basically 2 minutes, $1 million. If you count high consolidation. 600,000. If you net 1.2 million.
Yeah, I'm not sure, but I think that that's. If I could kind of have, I think the PSC is the final summary because it was, because the case part, and the petition that and part of the conditions. But I do think that the county probably.
Testing, testing, 1, 2, 3. Testing, 1, 2, 3. Testing.
Yeah.
Like something.
Excuse me, sir. Do you mind giving me a mic check on that?
Problem at all. Test 1, test 2, test 3, test 1, 2, 3, 4.
Thank you.
Test.
Thank you.
No. No, we're good at that.
Okay, we're ready, 6 o'clock. I'm gonna go on the record. Good evening, everybody. Today is a Wednesday, September 3rd, 2025. It's approximately 6 p.m. My name is Christine Burke. I'm a public utility law judge with the Maryland Public Service Commission. We're here tonight for a public comment hearing in the matter of Halo Warwick LLC's application for a certificate of public convenience and necessity to construct a 5 megawatt solar photovoltaic generating facility in Kent County, Maryland. It is case number 9767 in the Public Service Commission's docket. Tonight is the second public comment hearing in this case. There was an initial virtual hearing that was held on May the 8th at 7 p.m. The purpose of tonight's hearing is to provide an overview of the project, to hear the parties' recommendations about the project, and to take comments about the project from members of the public. In terms of where the case stands, the parties have all filed direct testimony. That was filed on August the 15th, 2025. A settlement status was filed on August the 18th, and there's currently an evidentiary hearing scheduled for October the 9th. Before we begin, tonight's hearing is being recorded. It's also being live streamed on YouTube. Do you have your camera on, Jeffrey?
Yes,
Can you turn your camera off?
turn it off.
Yep. There. Going to share my screen so that the public can know where else there is information to be found for the case. There. There we go. And hopefully, there we go. And is it up? There we go.
Yes.
Paper copies of the application in this case are available for viewing at the Kent County Planning and Zoning Department at 400 High Street, Chestertown, Maryland. Additionally, all documents that have been filed in this case are available online at the Public Service Commission's website, which is located at psc.state.md.us. And this is the homepage right now that we're looking at. In order to access documents that have been filed, including the application, which would be the first docket item, you would click on the case mail log portal, which is the blue square on the left-hand side of the screen. In the top search bar, you would type the case number, which is 9767, and search. And that is the electronic docket and all documents that have been filed. To access the application, which is docket number 1 in this case, you would click the number 1 on the left-hand side of the screen. And these are all of the supporting documents, the environmental review document, and appendices that were filed with the application. Additionally, any other filings that were made, including the other parties' recommendations, can be accessed through the electronic docket by scrolling at the bottom through the pages. And the most recent will be where the other parties' recommendations are, which are docket number 46 and docket number 47, which was the Department of Natural Resources recommendation, and also staff counsel for the Public Service Commission's direct testimony. To make comments in this case, comments will be accepted through September the 12th, next Friday. You can do so on the homepage of the Public Service Commission. Again, that would be under the tools section. And it's about halfway down the screen where it says make a public comment. You would click that link. And there are instructions on how to file a comment electronically. There is a one-time registration to do so, or to file comments by first-class mail. And the address to do that is to Jamie Bergen, the Chief Clerk of the Maryland Public Service Commission, located at 6 St. Paul Street, 16th floor, Baltimore, Maryland. Please be sure when you are making a public comment that you include this case number, which is 9767, so that it gets filed with the correct case. To view comments that have been filed in the case, you would go back to the home screen and click search public comments and search by case at the top of the screen. There'll be a drop-down menu and select 9767, which is the case number for this matter. And search. And if there were written comments filed, this is where they would appear. Again, the deadline to submit comments is Friday, September the 12th. All comments that are taken here that this hearing, the prior hearing, or comments that are filed in writing are considered when I issue my proposed order. Before we begin with comments, we'll turn it over to the applicant to give an overview of the project.
Good evening, Your Honor. My name is Colleen Collins. I am an attorney with Gordon Feinblatt. I'm representing the applicant in this case. Joining me is Mr. Michael Lacia, who is a representative of the developer, and the consultant, Mr. Sean Miller. And at your convenience, we can turn it over for a brief presentation.
Okay. Do you need me to share a screen or?
No, I can read it off of the,
Okay,
do I face this way?
you can stand as long as the microphone, I think, is picking you up. You're good.
Yeah, talk it into it.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Michael Lacia. As Colleen just introduced, I'm one of the founders and owners of Halo Energy, and joined here tonight by Sean Miller from Kimberly Norton, who is our lead civil engineer for the project, and Colleen Collins, who is our legal representation from Gordon Feinblatt, along with David Buglin, who is not here tonight. The project name is Edmonds Creek Solar. The applicant is Warwick LLC, which is the official name for the project that filed for the CPCN approval. Halo Warwick is an entity that is owned by Halo Energy, the parent company, so we call it disregarded entity. All the development assets will be owned by Halo Warwick, and they will be the company that is the official owner of the project. Halo Energy is a renewable energy developer with an emphasis on community solar projects, specifically in Maryland right now for community solar energy generating systems. We're in advanced stage developments in Maryland, 15 projects that have currently in development throughout the eastern shore and northern eastern shore, I guess, with Cecil County. For these 15 projects that we currently have in development, we are in a joint venture with an entity that has approximately $750 million of assets for community solar assets under management. They have 100 projects plus of community solar, either generating or in construction, and over 400 megawatts plus of total capacity, and over 25,000 community solar subscribers. The project details, again, the name of the project is Edmonds Creek Solar. The address is 12206 Galena Road in Massey, Maryland. The map identifier is tax map 24, grid 1B, parcel 13. The county is Kent. The zoning is AZBINEC, which is agricultural, industrial, and employment center. The landowner is a LLC called Treeline Harvesting. The parcel size is approximately 338 acres. The project area is approximately 25.5 acres. That does not include the landscape buffer. The area within the fence line is approximately 18.8 acres in the industrial zone and approximately 3.5 acres in the AZB zone. The Kent County use in its solar code, or in its code, is considered a solar energy system, utility scale. And the system size is approximately 5 megawatts AC, and the utility is done marked with DPL. Next slide. In this slide here, I don't know if you can see it, but this is basically a ground level view of the site. You can see the distribution lines that are along the road there. The use currently is agricultural, even though it's zoned industrial. The landowner does have potential use on the back end of the property for something industrial, which I'm not exactly sure what it is, but he does intend to do some sort of development to the south of the solar facility at some point in the future. So it's going to be taken out of agricultural use regardless. On this screen here, you can see this is our conceptual plan. The project is going to be screened on all sides. Right now on the west side, or you can't really see it on the plan, but the entire west side of the property is in preservation. It's a very large forest with existing vegetation. The south side is going to have a 50-foot wide landscape buffer with a mix of evergreens along the fence line and the deciduous trees behind the evergreen trees. Same thing to the eastern portion of the property. It will be a 50-foot wide landscape buffer with the same mix of trees. And then on the north side along the road, it's going to be a 60-foot wide landscape buffer with a mix of again, the same type of trees. Right now, the access drive that you see in the plan is the current access drive that's not going to be fenced off. It'll go all the way down to the southern portion of the property, for use, for the current landowner, for whatever development he intends to do on the southern portion of the property. We are extending the access drive to the west, to be able to get to the, facility for maintenance and other construction purposes. You can see at the tail end of the western portion of the access drive, that's going to be the construction staging area. There'll be a fence that encloses the entire facility. The panels will be bifacial modules. They'll be on single axis trackers. There'll be a single axis tracker system. I guess that's pretty much the high level view of the concept plan. And also you can see that the actually industrial side is the western portion. Everything to the east, for the most part, is the AZE side of the property, which as far as Kent County solar ordinance, you're allowed to have up to 5 acres inside the fence line, which we're far below with regards to the area we're using on the AZE side. The details of the project, again, will be approximately a 5 megawatt AC photovoltaic community solar energy generating facility. The project will be part of the Maryland Community Solar Energy Generating Assistance Program, which is the program that was passed by state legislators in April of 2023. That recently gone live this year, in March, at the end of March of 2025, actually, when the permanent program went live. The energy generation will be allocated to community solar subscribers who are Delmarva Power customers, powering approximately 500 to 1,000 small businesses and homes annually. A minimum of 40% under the rules of the program. Will of energy generation will be reserved for lower and moderate income households, and those households, as well as other subscribers. Other subscribers will receive a 10 to 25% discount to their electricity bills for the 25-year duration of the community solar energy generating assistance program, for as long as the subscriber lives in the Delmarva territory. The plant is estimated to generate approximately 11.1 million kilowatt hours of energy per year. The panel array area, which is just the panels, is approximately 17.6 acres. And the solar module will be mounted on a single axis tracker system, the panel with a panel height of 15 feet. The landscape buffer to the north along Galena Road is going to be a 60-foot wide, and then 50-foot wide landscape buffers along the east, south, and west sides of the project. The landscape buffers will screen the project area, and there will be a 7-foot high security fence between the landscape buffer and the facility. The operation phase will include a third-party O&M or operation and maintenance provider that will monitor the sites 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. The O&M provider will be responsible for preventive and corrective maintenance. And prior to placing the project in service, we will work with the O&M provider or O&M contractor to purchase spare parts for the project and have a reserve account to ensure the purchase of a replacement inverter during the course of the project's lifespan. And with that, that's the end of the presentation.
Thank you. For the other parties that are here tonight that are in the case, the Department of Natural Resources Power Plant Research Program. If Mr. Suzuki could introduce yourself, explain your role and PPRP's position in the case, please.
Okay, very good. Thank you, Your Honor. Yeah, again, I'm Bob Szynski. Last name is Sadzinski. I am the director of the Power Plant Research Program, otherwise known as PPRP. And I'm actually sitting in here for Ms. Robin Lee, who could not make it tonight. Again, Edmonds Creek is a community solar project, so it has such, it contributes to the renewable portfolio standard. Currently, that is set at 50% of renewable energy goal by 2030, and of that 14.5%. The goal is to come from solar. And again, we do an independent assessment of the potential environmental impacts and socioeconomic impacts of the proposed project. And we do this on behalf of the 7 reviewing state agencies, which includes Department of Natural Resources, Commerce, Planning, Ag, Transportation, MDE, Maryland Department of the Environment, and Maryland Energy Administration. We have completed our review, as been stated, we have submitted that into the docket. And it is our recommendation that the project be approved. If our recommended license conditions are incorporated into the final order. PPR's review of this case looked at a number of issues. Among these issues are biological, so we look at RT, rare, threatened, endangered species. We look at waterways, streams, potential impacts to those. Noise impacts, we look at noise and anything on the site that could, and then make recommendations to that. We look at visual impacts and glare. We do an independent analysis on that and make a recommendation, which could include landscape buffers. We also look at cultural resources. We work with Maryland Historical Trust. If there's issues on the site, to ensure the project will not have any adverse impacts on historical properties. We look at public safety and transportation. We also look at the benefits, economic benefits and fiscal benefits of the project. And again, we have filed our comments in the docket. Pleasure to be here. Thank you.
Thank you. And for the commission's technical staff, Ms. Purvis.
Good evening, I'm Jennifer Purvis, Assistant Staff Counsel, appearing on behalf of the staff of the Public Service Commission. My role as staff counsel in these hearings is to represent the analysts and technical staff of the commission in their review of the CPCN application. Staff is a participant by statute in all commission proceedings, and staff's primary task is to give expert testimony on the effect, if any, of the proposed project on the stability and reliability of the electric grid. Staff filed testimony in support of the CPCN application in this case with some minor administrative conditions. And staff's testimony notes that an executed interconnection agreement between Halo Warwick and DPL, or Delmarva Power and Light, which is on record in this proceeding, provides the commission with the assurance that the project will be connected to DPL's electric system in a manner that will not adversely affect the reliability and stability of the local electric system. Additionally, any expense related to the required upgrades of DPL's electric system necessary to accommodate the project will be borne by Halo Warwick and not by DPL's ratepayers. A countersigned copy of the certificate of completion will provide the commission with assurance that DPL has determined that the interconnection of the project to DPL's electric distribution system has been inspected and meets all of DPL's interconnection requirements. The notification of permission to operate from DPL to Halo Warwick will provide the commission with assurance that the project will be operated in full compliance with DPL's operating requirements. The staff's testimony can be viewed in full in the case jacket for case number 9767 on the commission's website. Thank you.
Thank you. The last part of tonight's hearing is to take comments from the public. As of 6:20, no one from the public has appeared. We are going to take a brief recess for 10 minutes in case anybody does want to appear tonight, and just give about 10 minutes or so to make sure that anybody that intended to come tonight and wanted to speak has an opportunity to do so. Again, written comments can be submitted on the commission's website or by first class mail. I went over those instructions earlier. And the commission's website again is www.psc.state.md.us. We're going to take a brief recess for 10 minutes and then we will reconvene.
Off the record.
You just mute yourself on Zoom. Mute your Zoom. Button.
And yeah, this is your time. I was community, if you're more about that's what's been your minutes and it's great.
Yep.
Back on the record.
We're back on the record, in case number 976-7 for a public comment hearing. It is approximately 6:35. No one from the public has appeared to speak this evening. I just want to remind anyone that is watching the hearing on YouTube that the deadline to submit comments is Friday, September 12th. They can be submitted at the Public Service Commission's website, which is www.psc.state.md.us. I want to thank everybody that did appear this evening for participating, and we can go off the record. Thank you.
Your Honor.
Thank you.
Off the record.
But yeah, it's interesting about the air restrictions that people put on solar.